to kind of continue to experiment with whether when you think to give or lengthen the rein length, is it a 1/4 inch? Is it 2 inches? Very good here. And serpentine. Really think about the change in bend. Next time, make a steeper turn and back to the right. Yeah, really good. And on the circle, ask for a little bigger trot. Something you can sustain, something that doesn't create a lot of tension. But that concept, like you're cantering to a fence, where you're creating power, inner trot, not necessarily length in her body or length in her stride. Right, take this large. Stay with this trot well done. Still mindful of the change in bends to keep her relaxed. To not let her get a little too round like she is right now. That nose needs to just be ridden out. 2 inches. Good. Good, and change rein. Super. Give a little. Good. And sometimes there's this feeling of kind of keeping the same amount of leg, and the leg wraps around her body. But instead of adding to the trot, just keep feeling like you can give, the leg stays the same, and you start to get her to search for that contact, come large. Give a little. And you feel there. You feel how you filled it up, but you were like a stride and a half late? Start the slight bit of forwardness as you're giving, really focusing more on the feel in your hands, that you feel like you can give, but the leg creates the connection. Very good here. Stay with this. Relaxing in that left wrist. And honestly, you can add a little bit to the trot, but so relaxed. Well done. Well done. Add a little trot. Giving them. Good. Stay with this. Think of her haunches kind of being large here, going large, being consistent. Sometimes she kind of looks like she searches for more power and she starts to sway a little bit left and right. Very good. And somewhere change rein. Now, if in this trot you could get her to elevate a little bit in her pull, and you could start to have the same connection to a shorter rein, because she's come up a little bit in her withers, she comes up a little bit in her pull. Very good. This direction, I don't know why, her head is to the outside and so do her haunches look like they curl. Make sure she's straight and up. Very good. You feel that? Right? You get that little bit of lock. Well done. Inside leg. Show a little more bend in the turns now. No change in trot, but just in the corners of the big space. Because again, you get that little bit of nose to the outside, slightly shorten the right rein and lift the right hand. That's okay. Again, with the inside hand up, the half alt on the outside, exactly. There, I think you're asking well for the flexion. You can feel how straight she is. You stay with what you're doing until she relaxes in her jaw and gives you that right flexion. Same concept of being consistent. Keep the right hand up. Stronger. Good. And put that to a 10-meter circle. Think of the balance in the trot needs to settle slightly. Should feel like more power comes in her step. Go large. And then another 10-meter circle. Lighten the inside hand. Lower the inside hand. more powerful, but in a steadier rhythm. Lighter fingers. Good. Go back. You kind of lost that good connection you had. And we've got to be able to kind of balance this horse now. Be a little more steady in the rhythm, but have the same leg wrapped on her, create the same feel in the hand. Good. And settle the trot a little bit. And do it with the start of a little haunches in up the next rail. Let the positioning create the balance. Don't let it get stuck and held in your hand. Keep trying to get haunches in with a light hand. And then flex her slightly right. Lower the outside hand. Raise the inside. Good. And relax and allow through the turn. Meet the next long side and haunches in first. Little half alt in the outside, letting the rhythm steady. Let the inside hand come lighter. Inside leg stays wrapped on. Sustain the even step. Very good. Again, allow and relax through the short side. Continue to a short diagonal somewhere, change direction. Meet the rest of the long side and haunches left. Same concept. You're after riding a more balanced trot through the haunches in. Lighten the hand. And find her own balance within. Good. Allow. Almost verges on too much angle, and as a result, it looks like you get a little held up here. You've got to be able to position her and be relaxed in the hand moving back up the line of her shoulders. Exactly. You feel that? And then there's more freedom behind because you're not holding and blocking. There's those 4 steps that were so good, and then it's just manufacturing a little bit of balance, a little bit of repositioning within that. But constantly working to allow. Good. Keep it very good. Good. And walk off that. Big pat. So the freedom in her body, excellent. There's a bit of inconsistency on how much angle she takes.
Yeah.
But that's just both of you realizing the age can be just that much lighter, that much less held together, and that'll even out.
Right.
But that's that concept you want to find with her, that you can be this way, but into a connection because she's relaxed, right?
You finally relaxed, so I took you till you're 7. It's fine.
But it's that process too of what she gives you and how you sort through her personality in the warm up and the ride, right? Like,
Well, because I amplify it when we try to go big. You know, like we get more animated, not longer.
yeah. Well, and that concept like you want, I think it really clicks how you canter this horse to the fence now, and it works really well. And I think you can take that concept and translate it into her trot work.
Right.
Same way, really finding.
There's moments where I find her finally come through the contact.
Yeah.
But it's just moments, like in reality, where it's dives behind it a
Yeah.
lot. But when she can take hold, easier to the left for I don't know why. But
Yeah, and I think it's, like, I think she gets better in the contact by thinking of doing something with the hind end.
yeah.
Because that repositioning the hind end creates a little bit of collection or balancing, if you will, just by trying to hold that different positioning. And it's not just simply focused on kind of change your stride, right? And then it happens more naturally. She doesn't feel forced, you don't get caught. You don't once really notice that she gets choked in the neck in any of that work, which is really good. And then she starts to come up even more in her withers.
That's the benefit of our videographer here.
Right.
Is like I can match the filling and then watch it.
Yeah. No, and I think that especially there was this quarter line where you've gotten in position this way over top line is like glaringly obvious.